Hi, friends. Host Eric here. It's talking to famous people, and I just finished moving here today to my new home in Laverne. I spent my last afternoon getting my last bit of stuff out of Temple City, and said goodbye to my dead dog buried in Temple City. That was kind of sad, and drove away knowing that marks the end of a 20-year chapter of my life that began about 9 months or 10 months before the birth of my child Delilah, and ended today. So that's about 20 years, close to it anyway. And it comprised the first full life that I've led, which was I got married to my first wife, had a kid, got rid of the first wife, got the second wife, and to raise the kid, all through that whole time in Temple City schools. Although middle school, she went to the school I was teaching at, but we still lived in Temple City, And then high school back to Temple City, and Candace was there and all that kind of stuff. And then that life was over like poof. All of a sudden, it was all gone. And then before I knew it, I was neck deep in talking with famous people, and that was my entire life. But it was still in Temple City, and it was running to a transition point that needed to happen, very badly, which was when I met Kimberly. And I met my duo, settled in what I'm absolutely certain is my last relationship. Unless Kimberly dies really soon. Then who knows? But assuming she doesn't die really soon, this is my last relationship. Don't die soon, okay? And uh marks the beginning of probably a couple of final chapters of my life here. I suspect that this relationship will span a couple different chapters. But it's an oddly ontologically jarring experience to move at all. Moving is known to be difficult. It's even more so when you live somewhere for 20 years, even more so when the move marks the onset of an entire new phase of life and such like that. So I don't know what more to say about it except um, things are crazy. Life's crazy the way shit happens. Life's absolutely crazy. I met this woman on OkCupid. I was on OkCupid for 1 week. She's the first person I met on there. So, and we've been going out now 8 weeks and 4 days. We figured out 8 weeks and 4 days, and we live together now. And I moved out of my house that I was lived in for 20 years. And talked to Nick on the phone today. Nick and Jewel are an interesting corollary there as well. All I can say is it feels like a spot in the Talking with Famous People path up the mountain where you stop and you look out over the vista for a moment and go, fucking hell, this is crazy. All the shit goes down all the time. I got Katie here. She's on a walk right now. Famous person Katie. From Kansas. That's kind of crazy too. She has been a big help. And we've got a big weekend coming up for this massive yard sale we're putting together since we have moved everything out of Kimberly's house and everything out of my house, and it's all spread around the yard and stuff here, basically. And we got
Yeah, I was gonna ask what you did with all your stuff.
we got to process it all and put it up for the yard sale for starting on Thursday. So kind of like a night off, I guess, after finishing the last of the moving. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think Kimberly was saying she wanted to play Battleship against me earlier. Did you have Battleship, Kimberly? If you did, I'd be down to play it. If she doesn't have it.
You can play a pizza box battleship. You order 2 pizzas, and on each box you draw the. You use like thumbtacks.
Yeah, we could cut it in half. We could do that. That's not a bad idea. It sounds a little complicated, but It's not a bad idea.
You just got to draw 2 grids
make a
each,
battleship, and you got to make a.
and then. Well, you could just represent that with like paper that you or something.
Yeah,
you know.
you could.
Just
Then we have to make a
work you want to put
visibility
in, right?
wall too, to prevent your opponent from seeing your board.
Well, the fact that the pizza box is propped up, it'll
a visibility wall.
act as the. You see.
That's why you want 2 boxes.
Yeah. You just have to prop it up in the back. Yeah.
I see. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Do you have anything else to add on this subject of life-changing vista overlook, pause, and musings?
Maybe you're talking about how it's kind of strange to be on Talking with Famous People and kind of, like you're saying, look over the vista a little bit. I guess kind of the way I was interpreting that is like, it is interesting to see people's lives unfold in such a, there's a strange intimacy to the window you have into people's lives over this website. And to kind of just watch people go through the motions, it's kind of trippy, It's...
Yeah, I need it, for sure. For me, as an extroverted intuitor, I believe what 9FJ once said about us, particularly ENTPs, is that we actualize externally. That I don't really take the meaning of anything as having been established until it's been observed and ideally noted upon. So, yeah, it's been a hugely identity defining thing for me, or optimizing thing for me. But it's also strangely like it won't define itself. It's
well, does anything really define itself?
Yeah, most things do.
Don't you have to go through the act though of like defining it?
It's a platform, not a time object itself. It's like it's what makes it tricky to define.
I'd say it kind of has a mind of its own. I'll agree with that. It has a kind of a
right. Yeah,
no one's really in charge of this thing, right? Even though like you are kind of in charge, really. It's not really. Yeah, it's you don't even you don't have to do anything to keep it going because it's alive on its own.
Amazing.
It's its own organism.
Yeah.
You've created life. Yeah. It's alive.
The fact that I can throw my hands and say I refuse to pay for it anymore, and it's still here. That's amazing. I don't know. I throw a little tantrum, and it's still here, thanks to the glorious and almighty Susie, primarily, and a bunch of other people. But
you might have to start paying Susie a salary if you're not already. She's
not paying her a salary, but there's no money coming. I mean, it's not like it loses money. It's not a profitable company.
Well,
it's it's an ENTP toy.
Someone brought up an interesting idea about if we streamed live on Twitch, somehow it could be monetized maybe if people found it interesting. But that's kind of a dangerous road. I don't know.
Why?
Well, it could be potentially, like, let's say, I've seen this happen to Twitch streamers, right? There's like ways for your viewers to just donate money outright. And it kind of drives you into this exhibitionist like mentality. Like you just got to be mindful of it. It could. I don't know. It's. I don't know how the groupthink would react in a scenario where they're on display and it's action. You can see the feedback. Like like we got this much money for doing this, and then you kind of like adapt your behavior based on what's profitable. I guess. I've seen that happen, but. It could, that's just the risk. That's just one of the things that goes with it,
I've always found it impossible to stick with the things that are profitable. Like
Right, because they're morally difficult.
Not that. It's just as soon as
Oh,
I should do something, I don't want to do it anymore. That's basically it. Oh, I should do that. That's a smart thing to do. Then no, I don't want to
yeah.
do that. That'll be boring then. But Eric, don't you want to make money? Well, yeah, but it's like that. It's awful. Hi, Kimberly. You're looking sexy today. She's not showing you herself on camera, but trust me, she's looking very sexy. Thanks for watching Talking with Spanish, people. This is my host
Okay.
Eric reporting from my new home with my sexy new woman and with homie here whose name I forgot. Adam? No, your name is what the? It's
Zach,
Zach.
is it Zach?
Why do I
It's Zach.
always forget your name specifically?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've been gone for a little while. Like I haven't been as present, because I've been working. So maybe it's just lack of
Maybe it's just
contact.
lack of brain on my part from smoking too many bongers as well. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for watching Talking Spanish. People. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. And if you do forget to eat plenty of cheese, next time I want you to not forget to eat plenty of cheese.